Hey guys, Jess here with Key Tarot. I'm going to do a real quick twin flame collective update. Read a little bit for the divine masculine, a little bit for the divine feminine, and then I'll see if I can get some kind of through line, storyline, if you will. Let's say a quick blessing and we'll just see what we have out there, all right? Holy Spirit, thank you so much for being with us here today and in every breath that we take. We ask that you direct our hands, our hearts, our words, and our minds to use your will in our lives each day. And we ask that these messages be received by those who are meant to hear them. Amen. Alrighty, I'm going to start us off with this Tarot of Wonderland for the Divine Masculine. Find out how you guys are doing out there and what's going on with you. It has been an interesting couple of weeks out there, right? Energetically speaking. Let's see what we have for the masculines. Got the Six of Swords on its side. Woof, all right. The Six of Swords is somebody who's saying, should I stay? Should I go? Should I leave? Should I go somewhere else? Should I move? Possibly this could be someone who's relocating or in fact contemplating relocation in some kind of way. If this is not the case, this would be somebody who's having a shift of consciousness. They're having a change in the way that they view their lives, the world around them. There's definitely movement forward. It feels like a physical move. Let me see. So the Strength card just popped out with that one, but while I was shuffling just now, I saw the Six of Wands come out on its side. The Six of Wands can indicate a struggle trying to decide where home is. This can be someone who feels like they could fail if they make a change or something like that. And I have the Strength card that did flip out here, which is the card of Leo. And this is someone who's being asked to be strong. This is someone who's being asked to rely on their friends, their family, their loved ones in some way. One of the things I love about this Strength card is it's someone who's relying on someone else to provide them strength, and it's such a scary time that they're going through, and you're never going to have to be strong unless there's something to be strong about, right? So whoever this is for this masculine collective, this is someone who's having to work their way through a pretty dark and scary time in their life, and they're trying to decide where they want to go next, how they're going to get there, what that's going to look like, and it's requiring a lot of them emotionally, spiritually, possibly physically, possibly financially, to make this shift, and they feel like they're being guided to do so. I have the Page of Pentacles here, which is someone who's starting over. It can be entry level, and I have the Queen of Cups in reverse. Hold on one second, we'll talk about that. But this Page of Pentacles first is this is someone who knows a good thing when they see it. This is a smart cookie. This is somebody who, though, it can be a new opportunity for them that's being given to them. This is kind of a rebuild sort of energy. It can be entry level, can be beginning again, starting over in some way. And I have the Queen of Cups in the reverse. This is someone who's having a hard time expressing how they're feeling about a situation, talking to others. Whenever I was saying you may want to rely on friends, family, that sort of thing for our divine masculines, it feels like you're having a hard time talking about how you're feeling, how you're doing with this shift, with this change. It feels like you're not telling anyone how you're feeling. It's possible. Oh, if it's possible that you may be feeling very overly emotional right now. Maybe you feel like you can cry at the drop of a hat and it just doesn't feel like you want people around you. Maybe you're going through a lot, or maybe you're very sensitive. Maybe a little sensitive right now. That's all right. You know what? It looks like you're going through a lot, right, masculines? Oh, I got a couple of them that are flipped here. I have the Five of Pentacles in reverse. I got the Queen of Wands in reverse. So the Five of Pentacles in the reverse is someone who's really quite tired of being left out in the cold from someone else. This can be someone who feels like they're going through a lot of financial distress. This can be someone who is separated from another person. I have the Queen of Wands on the reverse next to that, which honestly can be kind of a needy and codependent energy. This can be someone who is a little overly promiscuous in some way. It can be someone who is turning to addictions as a crutch in a way. This can be someone who has needs that aren't being met and it's causing them to act out a little bit. This can be your energy, or this could be someone else around you. Queen of Wands for a lot of readers can be a card of a karmic partner, which can indicate being attached to someone who exhibits these kinds of qualities, or toxic qualities, brings out the worst in us, we bring out the worst in them, sort of thing. You may be going through a separation from this person, divine masculine. Let me get another deck real quick, and just kind of clarify a little further. Let's use this Chicoli deck here to just clarify a little bit more about this Six of Swords energy. And let's just clarify it all, see what comes out, all right? Page of Pentacles, very good. Twice out for that guy. Good job, you. So again, the Page of Pentacles is someone who's ready to start all over again. They recognize that. They recognize that they're going to have to start all over again. Again, there may be some financial restriction involved here. It feels like this masculine collective, this energy is someone who is ready for a change, and they know when it's time to go. And I feel like they're smart enough to see the truth. You're smart enough to see the truth. I have the Death in the reverse, and I have the Five of Swords. This energy, this is probably relating to this Queen of Wands in the reverse energy. Masculine, if you are not someone who is exhibiting kind of these like some of these qualities I was mentioning before, where we could say like possibly promiscuous, possibly needy, possibly turning to addictions as crutches, and this is an energy of having to separate from a karmic partner. This would be having trouble doing so with the Death in the reverse and this Five of Swords energy. Five of Swords energy is someone who is worried about gossip. They can be worried about what other people think. Whenever we have it out in this combination, this Death card in reverse is experiencing repeating patterns within your relationships, within your life. It can be something that just won't seem to go away. It can be an energy of I don't know why I keep hearing the word hysteria. I'm sure, I don't know why, but hysteria, I guess. This Five of Swords is kind of a brutal need to cleanse yourself from these external energies that may be bothering you, whether it's your own addictions or whether these are issues with karmic partnerships and relationships in your life. And karmic partnerships, they don't always have to be toxic and negative and horrible, but oftentimes they are challenging relationships for us because they require us to grow a lot. They require us to grow within ourselves, and they require us to teach another person, and vice versa. We mirror one another and we grow together in karmic relationships, and it feels like you're ready to move on from a rather challenging situation with that Six of Swords energy. I'm going to head over here. I'm going to look at where the Divine Feminine is, and then we'll see where their journey's kind of headed together. All right, let's go back over here to this Tarot of Wonderland for the feminine, see where they are. Divine Feminine, Queen of Pentacles. The Divine Feminine is someone who has a lot of responsibility on their shoulders right now. They're trying to make ends meet financially. This could be someone who's recently started a business. This is someone who's focused quite solely on their income and their household, running it all in the upright position. That's a good sign, Divine Feminines. This is someone who's got it worked out. They've got the gears are all turning nicely. Everything feels oiled, and it feels like a finely tuned machine. I have the Queen of Swords with that. Holy smokes. You know, we got all the queens out here, y'all. We got the Queen of Cups in reverse, the Queen of Wands in reverse on the masculine side. Womp, womp. And then we got the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords in the upright on the feminines. Now, don't think that I'm being partial to the feminines with y'all coming out in the upright over here, but it just seems like that you're in a place where you're feeling highly communicative. It could be that you're reaching out to a lot of others to support you in these financial endeavors, somehow accumulating wealth in your life, and it feels like you are starting to express yourself more efficiently. It feels like you are learning how to make your dreams a reality in some way. Very good job, you. And it feels like you're kind of starting to cut to the chase in your life and decide what it is that you want for yourself for now and through the future. And it feels like there's a desire to put down roots for these feminines, and it feels like a desire to put down roots, but not necessarily with a partner. It feels like someone who's ready to grow on their own in some way with those queens right there. I have the Nine of Swords crossing that. You see, you don't get off so easily either, feminines. I have this Nine of Swords, which can indicate someone who is struggling. It could be in a few different ways. So the Nine of Swords can indicate sleepless nights, tossing and turning, things that are keeping you up. It feels to me like this feminine energy is in a state of having to do everything on their own. It's become quite overburdensome. It's become something that is, again, keeping you up at night, perhaps. I don't know, maybe burning the candle at both ends or wearing yourself down in some way. It just feels like a lot is being asked of you right now, and it's hard to keep up with things. All of a sudden I feel kind of out of breath, like I've been working very hard, like my arms are tired for you. Whoop, that is so many. All right. Divine Feminine, we have the Chariot in reverse, we got the Magician in the reverse, and I got the Two of Cups that comes out there on top of that. So this feminine still has their mind on this masculine, and this feminine feels like their hands are tied and there's no forward movement, but we have this Two of Cups energy here where we have some kind of partnership that's on the line, or Two of Cups is one of our soulmate cards in the deck. This would be, I don't know if this is, this feminine collective may be with another partner, and perhaps they're having trouble getting it to go anywhere because in the back of their mind, they're still so very focused on this masculine energy. That could be the case. However, with the Magician in the reverse and this Chariot that came out in the reverse, it feels like this feminine collective feels like their hands are quite tied and they don't know how to make anything happen any longer. And so they've kind of thrown their hands up in, I don't even know if it's frustration, but just release and said, you know, I don't know what to do. And it feels like they may be in a partnered relationship, perhaps with someone else, and they just can't seem to make any forward movement with it because in the back of their mind, they're still quite focused on this masculine. All right, let me grab this Chicoli deck and clarify a little bit for the feminine here. I have the Judgment card, and that crosses that Chariot and that Two of Cups, and it's on its side here, which tells me that this feminine is starting to, I think they're starting to reconcile themselves to the fact that they want partnership in their lives in some way, and that they're ready to share themselves with another maybe person, and they're ready to allow someone in, but it's going to have to be the right person. And I think that this feminine collective has started to shift out of this kind of singular energy that they've been in here for some time, and they're wanting to focus more on a future in some way. And I have the Ace of Wands. Good job. Alrighty. Ace of Wands is highly sexually passionate. Oh, and it's stuck to the bottom of that. There was the Four of Cups in the reverse. Good. So this feminine collective is ready to come out of isolation. I'm hearing pity party long enough. Very good. This Ace of Wands, again, is highly sexually passionate. It's probably one of the most sexually passionate cards we have in the entire deck. But this is someone who is ready to share themselves with another person. And I feel like that's where this Judgment card comes in. You see there's one little person that holds the key to the lock in the door, right? And it feels like this feminine energy is waiting for that one individual to come along. And they've been kind of single, whether they've been in a partnered relationship or not, it feels like they've held themselves singularly for some time. And this Four of Cups, whenever it comes out in the reverse, this is someone who doesn't want to be in the bubble anymore. They want to come out. Ouch. Alrighty. And this Ace of Wands is someone who's feeling very either sexually passionate right now or experiencing a lot of creativity in themselves. Sexual energy and creative energy are very much the same thing, right? And they can be directed in either of those ways. They come from our sacral chakra. Very good. So you're experiencing a lot of time of growth or a real desire to partner and to put down some roots and create some stability within a partnership for yourself, feminine here. Alrighty, let me grab another deck and let's just see if we can get a little bit of information as to how these two are doing together, if at all, within this collective. I have the Chariot in reverse. That's funny. That's the second time out for that. It's not that funny, actually, because that means there's not a lot of forward movement happening. This is two individuals that feel like they don't know where do we go from here? Is kind of what I'm hearing. How do we even get this off the ground? How do we even start this? This is the card of Cancer specifically. Whenever we have it in the reverse, this is somebody who does not know how to make anything happen. Kind of similar to that Magician in the reverse. Somebody who says, I give up. There has been no change in this situation for so long. I don't see a change happening. And I have the Two of Wands in reverse. And both of these individuals, it would seem right now, are not focused on one another It seems like they could be focusing on other partnerships. It could also be that they just feel like they're not ready. Like something says, I'm not ready. They could also both be experiencing fallouts within partnerships with other people. I have the Three of Wands in reverse, which I always say the Three of Wands is the minor arcana of the Magician for me as a reader. The Three of Wands in reverse is someone who says, I don't know what's coming and I don't know how to control it because I don't know what it is. And I think that's part of that I surrender energy where we have to just kind of let go and let the powers that be, let God direct our pathway when it comes to these divine unions, right? We have the Seven of Swords in reverse. We have truths that are starting to come out here. Whoop. And then we have someone here who's tired of accepting and swallowing the truth that they've been given here, what they have accumulated in their lives. This is someone who doesn't want to wear a false mask anymore in their lives. This would be people who are ready to start telling the truth about how they're feeling about one another or in situations. And I got the Knight of Cups in reverse. This is someone who's not giving their heart to anyone else. These two individuals, it feels like they're just kind of closed off from others, even in partnered relationships. They're not giving much of themselves away right now. It feels like very much a focus on... honestly, there just feels like an awful lot of stagnancy here. If I'm being honest, I've got the Ten of Swords. This is what's happening. We have endings that are happening here, and we have to end one thing before we can begin something else. This Ten of Swords is the minor arcana of the Death card, which we had out for the masculines already. But it really speaks to three-dimensional relationships, whereas the Death card relates more to the spiritual dynamic of the ending of a relationship. But this Ten of Swords is like the nail in the coffin of some kind of 3D relationship, some kind of karmic partnership, or some kind of important and influential relationship in this feminine and masculine's lives. And it feels like that may be adding to a state of isolation and a state of stagnancy. It feels like this ending is coming, and it's coming rather quickly. And I have the Moon that comes out with that. Good job. We have, again, a lot of secrets, and we have a lot of underlying issues that are starting to bubble up to the surface. The Moon is also the card of Cancer. You got Cancer out here 3 times. You may have Cancer in your chart, or you may be a Cancerian. But this Moon is someone who is now acknowledging some of these deep-seated feelings that they've had for a long time. This can be feelings about someone else. This can be feelings that they've had towards themselves. This can be feelings about just who they are in their lives and what is authentic to them. And we have a lot of possibly inner child woundings that we're addressing right now. And we have the Six of Swords out again. So by hell or high water, somebody's getting out and they're moving on. Yeah, it feels like it. It feels like it feels like both of these people within this collective, both the masculine and the feminine, it feels like they are all headed out the door, and they're headed on to something better. The thing about the Six of Swords is it propels us from these shallow, murky, algae-filled waters, and it pushes us off into calmer, wider seas that are going to be safer for us in some way, that can be more profitable for us. And it's a new lands, all right? It's a new adventure. It's scary. It's scary stuff, but it looks like that's what's happening. Let me get one more deck here. Let me use this Star Power Tarot. See if I can get any more information. It feels like we have 2 people who may be physically moving apart from other partnerships or something. Two of Wands. Wow. Alrighty, they're headed right towards partnership. Wow. Very good. So the thing about it is, once we move on, once this person physically moves, once these people physically move away from whatever toxic situations they've been in, we have someone who begins to focus very intently upon partnership here with this Two of Wands. Two of Wands is one of the lustier cards in the deck. It's about sexual partnership. It's about sexual passion, but it's specifically someone who says, you know, I have a lot to offer someone, and I would like to share that with another person. Good job, you, whoever you are. It feels like it's just I mean, this is a pretty tough road to hoe, I got to be honest. Where we have the masculine's head is someone who's dealing with an awful lot here. And it feels like this feminine has a lot on their shoulders. They've been doing a lot on their own. And so we have this masculine collective who are moving on from a partnership, possibly this feminine collective as well. And we have a lot of painful endings that have to happen here. And it comes from acknowledging some pretty intense truths. And with that, once that happens, once that shift takes place, it's like somebody turns the tap full on. It's like no holds barred. It's like the dam breaks. And this Two of Wands energy, it becomes very active. Wrong deck, hold on. And I got the King of Wands. Yes, indeed, it does. So the King of Wands, Ace of Wands, Two of Wands, you know, those wands, they do represent creativity and sexual passion, you know. And you have a lot of them on here. It feels like there's going to be, this is like a highly sexually compatible grouping that I'm reading for here. This King of Wands energy, again, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy, but it is somebody who goes after what they want. Can be a little bit of a playboy energy, no doubt, but this is someone who takes action in a situation. They take action, they go after whatever it is that they're attracted to. And I have the Sun. Good job. There's a lot of healing that comes right after this. So actually we have the collective on a really wonderful path. It just feels like it's very stagnant right now. This Sun card is the card of Leo. It's a card of healing. It's a card of divine masculine, and it's a card of coming out of depression. It feels like these two individuals need one another in order to feel, you know, I don't want to say fulfilled, because you don't really need anyone else to feel fulfilled, but there's a need for these two individuals to each heal on their own and then come together so that they can heal together in some way. And I have the Chariot in reverse out again. I'm done, I swear. The Chariot in reverse again. So again, the card of Cancer. We may have a big situation happening in Cancer season. You know that. That's possibly when this shift is going to happen. I was just thinking to myself, I wonder how long this may be taking for this to happen. When is Cancer season? That's actually like in a month, right? It's like the end of June, right? So let's look towards that time and see where this storyline heads. That may be when we have this relocation energy. That may be where we have this this ending, where we have the Six of Swords out twice here with this Ten of Swords and this Death card energy. It just really feels like this masculine collective is sort of reliving their worst nightmares on a day-to-day basis, as is this feminine collective, and really just needing to shut some things down and move on. And it looks like that's actually going to be happening. So I will catch up with you guys next week and see if we can get a little bit more information as to how this storyline unfolds. It's just such an interesting one, right? I will talk to you guys next week. Good luck to you, and see you later.